Hi, Amy Jo. Hi, Virginia. This is crazy. This is like the worst nightmare of any YouTuber. I'm so sorry. I'm so happy you guys found me. Unfortunately, the camera orientation is wrong, and once you're live, you cannot change it. YouTube won't allow you to change it. Thank you so much for finding me here. I'm so sorry. I had everything set up. Everything was perfect. And then I don't know what happened. This is just crazy. That's live for you. So I'm so sorry. Ah. Really, like you go through everything. You go, okay, this works, this is set up, this is here. And then you start and the nightmare begins. In these moments, I really envy people like Tim Holtz, who has a very, very gifted Mario by his side who can take care of technical stuff, but I have nobody. So if it goes wrong and I can't fix it, then I'm not here. So apologies. Yeah, Claudia, I know. Calm and relax. Just breathe. Thank you for coming here, for moving over. And now, of course, the link is gone to my freebie. All the links in the description box are gone. I will have to put those all in after this live is over. So I'm so sorry for that. If you want to... So there's a freebie that is not necessary for this live, but it is helpful for those of you who are able to spontaneously print. Let me just say that at the beginning. I can't link it now for you, but if you go to any of my regular videos, you will find the link to my Ko-fi site. And in that shop of the Ko-fi site, one of like the newest freebie is called Feels and Affirmations. You can just download that for free and print it, or just have it next to you digitally. I think that would be a little bit helpful, but absolutely not necessary if you want to spontaneously do something similar to what I'm doing today. This is crazy. It can only get better from here. But as I said, if you missed the very, very beginning, unfortunately now the format is wrong. And this really pisses me off, because for now it's fine. For the chat, face to camera, it's totally fine. But I want to craft with you. And I want you to see my craft space and not just this limited part here. So I will do my best to have everything in frame. This is the best I can do for now. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, what a beginning. Okay, I'm just gonna breathe, and it's gonna get better from here, because you guys are awesome. You're the best community, and it's all gonna be good, right? We're all in this together, and we support each other, and yeah, breathe. Okay, so hello to everybody, my beautiful junk journal sisters. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on this Friday evening. I mean, for me it's Friday evening. For you it might be during the day or already the next morning, depending on where you are. It wouldn't be alive without technical difficulties, Sandy. You're absolutely right. Oh my god, Louise. Oh, my favorite junk journal sister, for the rescue. Thank you, Louise. You are a saint. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Thank you. Hey, sister. Oh my goodness. Breathe. Yes, I'm trying to breathe. Italy, Germany. Okay, now that Louise is here, I can breathe. Why heck is the link not blue? Yeah, see, even Louisa has technical I can't even speak, difficulties. Okay, Canada. Okay, it's totally fine. Okay, we will do the best with what we have. Okay, let me maybe talk about a short housekeeping item before we dive in, because I saw it in the comments of the original live where it was supposed to be. Because I had mentioned in my last regular video from last Friday that I would have a live today, and I would have a second live next Friday with my coach Van, because this time I wanted to dive in with him into the creative part, you know, because Last time I had him on my live, we dove into the fitness part, and he was missing he is missing creativity in his life. And we were going to have a creativity session together live next Friday, but unfortunately he got ill, and I didn't want to pressure him. And I didn't also want to cancel it last minute. So I said, let's just move it and wait till he's well again. We'll all send him good vibes and sunshine and healing vibes so that he gets well quickly, so that we can have this session at a later time, because I think that will be fun for anybody who's trying to get into something creative, or maybe who has lost their mojo. So that's the housekeeping part. Oh my goodness, there's 163 of you here that followed me from my scheduled video. You guys are, or my scheduled live. You guys are just amazing. What would I do without you? I would be here alone now. Yeah, oh, you're so sweet. You're sending good vibes to Ban. I like that. And you even remembered how to spell his name. You guys are the best. How cute are you? Aw, it's with a W, by the way. So those are you correct with the W. So, okay, I'm calming down now. Thanks to you, thanks to your lovely greetings and kind messages, my beautiful junk journal sisters. So Louisa I can't speak. Louisa hasn't lost her mojo, but the bunny I've just cut out, where the heck? Oh, are you making an Easter card, Louisa? Bea! Hi, Bea. So happy to see you here as well. Oh, Debbie, Maddie. Oh, you guys are amazing. Laurie, Lil, Lynette, Robin, Kat. Welcome to all of you. Maybe I'll just give it another minute or two before I dive into the actual plot, let's say, of this live, so that as many as possible can hear it and don't have to ask afterwards, what the heck are we doing today? So I'm just going to enjoy reading some more of your messages. Please just keep them coming. They calm me down. And we'll get this show on the road. Pennsylvania, Canada, Saxon. Thank you for writing. This really calms me down now, and for sending these beautiful hearts. You don't know how nerve-wracking this is. She has a plot. Yep, I have a plot. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Okay, you guys are just the best. Okay. Oh my goodness, I just love how these messages are coming from all over the world. I love that you're writing where you're watching this from. And this hi Darcy, by the way. I love just how international we are and how inclusive. This is exactly what we need in our community. Love you guys so much. Okay, let me slowly dive into the plot. So, for anyone that works in junk journals, or I think even crafts in general, I think that probably even applies for just, no, I don't want to say just, because I don't want to degrade it in any way, for making cards, anything creative basically that you do. I think you kind of know the feeling that it's great to make something beautiful, but I think it even could have more impact if it has like a healing effect. And a lot of times we don't even realize while we craft that, because we're so in the moment and we're so focused on what we're doing, that at the end of the project we might actually even realize that through this process of just creating something with our hands, we actually have gone through something. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get this on my laptop as well so that I can later see the comments when I'm turning the phone upside down, because currently I'm reading the comments on the phone. but I need to later see them on the laptop. So I'm just trying to set that up. I'm so sorry. Okay, so totally distracted. So yeah, as I was saying, so a lot of times, I mean, this is what happens to me. I see that after I finish something or I'm in the final stages, I realize that actually I've subconsciously been reflecting on things. And then at the end, I always feel better after I craft. Is that something you guys can relate to at all? Do you know this feeling of not consciously going into the crafting part, but then you're so in it? And by the end, you feel so good, and maybe you're not even sure why you feel so good, but you feel much lighter and much better because of whatever you've done. Always having healing effect. Loving your reels. Thank you, Jane. I'm having a lot of fun making those. Crafting is healing. Yep. Yes, it makes so much better. Yes. Okay, so this is something a lot of you can, yeah, crafting is therapy, definitely. Yeah, a lot of you are saying that. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's exactly how I feel, and I was hoping that a lot of you would feel the same. And so what I wanted to do, because I know many of us are struggling in many different areas of our life, whether it be with depression, with loss, with illness, there's grief of any kind. There's so many things that make life difficult at times, and I think all of us go through certain phases. And that's why I wanted to create something with you a little bit more intentional in the way of going from a darker place to a lighter place, so that at the end we come out feeling lighter and better, and we go through a bit of a transformation. That's the goal for today. And I'm not planning on using any, like, this is not going to be about crazy techniques or learning a lot of new techniques. This is not what this is about. This is about using simpler. Yeah, I had this discussion with Louise once, right? Louise, where simple is something different for everyone else. Simple is, of course, what we're used to doing. For somebody who has never done what I'm doing today, it's not going to be simple. It's simple for me because I do it all the time. But I would say these are more or less, a lot of them are like standard techniques that are easy to follow. Let's put it this way. Okay, so this is not about learning new techniques. Okay, so I'm just trying to catch up on some of your comments. There were so many rolling by now while I was speaking. So, oh yeah, and one thing, because I see here, Vivienne, you're starting a gratitude school on Monday. Yeah, what I forgot to say before, when I said next Friday, the live that was planned with Van, my coach, we have to postpone it to another date, but instead I will have a regular video, not a live, a regular video for you. And in this video, I will finally be starting to create a gratitude journal. I have some templates in my shop. Some of you have already downloaded those. Thank you so much for anyone who has already checked those out or bought them. I designed those, I put so much thought into these templates, and I think they will help. Of course, this is also a kind of a way to transform, to help us deal with difficult feelings, because gratitude, I think, always helps in these situations. And this is something I want to definitely dive into deeper, and I want to make a gratitude journal together with you. So that is something that is planned to start next Friday instead of the live I had planned with Van. So we'll see when to do that. Breathe. Yes, Lily, I will try to breathe in between. Okay, so, my templates are awesome. Thank you so much, R. Reinel. That is so sweet of you. I'm also grateful for you. Scroll. What a cute name, Scroll. Okay. Okay, so that's the idea for today. Are you guys down for that? Or maybe before I ask that, Can you tell me, I mean, I'm assuming if you're here and if the title of which is now not on the live anymore. It says what, 49 Dragonflies is live. Great title of a live. If you saw the title and that's why you came to this live tab now, I'm assuming you either just want to hang out, which is awesome. I love you for that. Or you are actually in the position of struggling, or you've struggled in the past and maybe had some difficulties to work through those struggles. Can you just write in the comments, are you currently struggling with something and would love to have an outlet? Or are you just here to hang out and just enjoy our beautiful community? Now, you don't have to say what you're struggling with. I mean, you're welcome to if you want to, but obviously you don't have to. But I do want to say this is a safe space, and we're amongst us, and we're here to support each other. Both. Oh, that's cute. Both. Oh, I love that. I didn't even consider that. Yeah, hang out and deal with struggles. Yeah, that's why I'm here too, actually. Hang out, both. You miss your hobby. Minka, I also miss my hobby. I'm with you. Struggling both. Okay, so I would say the majority of what I'm searing here is that a lot of you are currently struggling. Yeah, I am not surprised. Life can be so difficult, and I've seen from so many of your comments and your personal messages that you've written me how many of you are struggling, and I just want to tell you, you're not alone, and we're gonna do this together. We're gonna figure it out, and we're going to, through creativity, lighten the load a little bit today. So I hope at the end of this session you will just feel that little bit lighter. Even if you don't participate now, even if you're sitting in a hotel room, which I've read before, on the couch with your laptop all cozy, at least hopefully you will have some tools that you can do this at a later point. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing. I will now very unelegantly have to switch the camera to a new it's kind of a mobile holder. I hope it's sturdy enough. It's one that is standing on the floor so that it don't shake every time I stamp or do something on my desk. So it's very new. Hopefully it won't fall apart during the live, because that would just be the perfect continuation of how it has gone so far. Okay, I will continue to see your comments on my laptop. I will do my best to keep my eye on them while I'm crafting. I wish I had a Mario here who could just read me the most important comments, but all of your comments are important. So I will do my best, I promise, okay? If I miss a question, just keep writing it, and hopefully I will see it, okay? So I'm gonna take you out of this holder. I will be gentle with you. And then, how do I do this? I actually need to flip you around to my desk. Okay, whew, that worked. So now, wait, can I do this? No, I can't. Okay, you're gonna be vertical. I'm so sorry. And now the next challenge is to put you into this holder without turning off my phone, because this phone has a lot of side buttons. Okay. Getting there. This is just crazy. Okay, now I'll just raise my desk so that you have a better view. Okay, that's too high. Okay. Can we work with this? As I said, I'm so sorry that you don't have the full width, but this is what we're working with, okay? You guys are the sweetest. Okay, so let's do this. So if you want to craft along, grab, I had written that in the other chat, but of course that chat is gone. Grab a piece of something. I'm using this piece of chocolate packaging Never a shortage of that in this apartment. This is from my favorite Lindt 70% chocolate. And this is going to be the base of a tag we're going to do. So grab something that you could use as a base if you want to join me. My back side is empty and I think I'm going to leave it as it is actually. And the reason why I wanted to use not a new cardstock, but a used packaging is because this already represents for me strength despite the wear that it already has. I don't know how well you can see it, but you know, it has some tears here, it has a tear here, there's a little chocolate flick here. So this has already, you know, it's had a life, but it's still very strong. And I think that is a very good representation as a base. So I'm gonna leave the back. I'll work on the front here. And the first thing I want to do is cover it with some paper scraps. So I already took some out, not to take up too much of your time and be idle. So these are just some like old book pages. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have any packaging near you or any cardboard, you could also instead use some book pages. Maybe glue a few together to make them a little bit thicker, and that way the book pages could represent like the ties to the past or somehow processing the past, something like that. Basically, you can use anything and make it represent anything. You know, there's not standard definitions for what something means. You make your own definitions, and whatever works for you, what resonates for you, is what you should go with. So I'm going to take some matte gel. I have this one by Liquitex to glue on my pieces, but actually let me just add a mat underneath so it won't mess up my, oops, my desk here. Okay, next time I'm going to use the streaming software again than I used in my last live. That was a lot better and less chaotic. I don't want to go through this again. So let's just glue these on without thinking. And this is not going to be the shape of the tag in the end. I will make it a bit smaller or less tall in any case, but let me just do this now and add these scraps very quickly. I like having different fonts, different colors of scraps. I mean, different colors. You see, they're all like off-white and most of them are vintage looking. Like, I don't go for crazy colors, but you know what I mean, like just subtle color nuances. Let's say that. Okay, let me try to look at some comments while I'm trying to glue this. Oh, Virginia, 85% chocolate. Yeah, I have that too sometimes. There's brands where those are really good, and there's brands where they just taste like cardboard. You have to taste yourself through those to find the good ones, I think. Ah, Anita, smart girl, you switched from watching it on your TV to your phone. Now it's full view. Yeah, that makes so much sense. So for anyone else who's struggling with this small window that we have now, where you can see me, switch to your phone. Yeah, great idea. Love that. You will definitely see better. Last week's grocery receipt. Margaret, you've seen my latest reel. It's actually also a YouTube short for those of you who are still not on Instagram. If you want to see what Margaret is referring to, I posted a short and a reel and a story on Instagram as well, with a little skit that I had fun with. Yep. No, these are actually all vintage. Louisa, I like cardboard better than chocolate. What? Yeah, okay, for crafting. But Louisa, you love chocolate. What are you talking about? Or are you gonna say now again that you've given up chocolate? Because I'm not buying it. Okay, I think we're good to go. That was easy and quick. I'll put the brush in some water. Okay, let me quickly dry this with my heat tool so we can keep working on it. Hallo liebe Nicole. Michalia, yep, exactly. I could find a substitute for cardboard, but not for chocolate. That is so true. So, Louisa, I only eat chocolate when I need the packaging for crafting. Right, Louisa. Not buying it 1 second. Angela, you can eat Louisa's chocolate. Yeah, let's see how Louisa feels about that. Let's see how she really reacts then. Louisa, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. No. Iris, yep, future generations will cherish it. Yep. If you know, you know. Okay, I think we are good to go. So the next step will be to add either a little bit of gesso, or you can use some light paint. It doesn't even have to be white. It can just be any kind of light paint that you want. I'll just use a brayer to add it, but of course you can use a paintbrush or anything really. Even your fingers you could use. So obviously I don't want to cover it so thick that I don't see the beautiful papers underneath. I still want to see those, so I think that's all I'm going to do. Let me just wipe this off. See, that's the thing about lives. Usually these are the parts I would cut out in the video, but I have to clean this, otherwise it will ruin my brayer. Oh, Ren, you still want to hear about the aura ring, how you're liking it. Okay, so for those of you who have not seen my last regular video, so this is my aura ring, not sponsored in any way. It's a so-called smart ring, and it does what smartwatches does, is it tracks my heart rate, my steps, my sleep, and all of that. It's quite cool. I've had it now for, I don't know, is it like 3 weeks or something? And I'm loving it. It's giving me very interesting information, some of which I don't know how it's getting. Like, I was very perplexed today because, you know, okay, here's my phone, so I will show you the app that goes with it. Okay, so there's the aura map. So you can see the steps, for example, from today. But there's a new metric that I've had since like 3 days or something, because it doesn't have all these metrics at the beginning because it still has to get to know you for a while. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to have both of these in the camera. Wait, let me just do this first. I can't multitask like this. So I'll just share very quickly because I know not all of you are interested in this. But a new metric that has shown up is, wait, where is it? Where is it? Oh no, I can't find it. Great. Wait, maybe here. It's about the resilience. And I didn't even know it had that score here. Readiness, their resilience. Look at this, guys. I've leveled up from strong resilience to exceptional resilience. I have no idea how I did that. There you see. So I've had this. This is the 5th day that is calculating that. How did I do that? I don't know. I mean, it tells you here. It takes like the nighttime recovery, daytime recovery. As you can see, that's red. How can I have a not sufficient daytime recovery but still have a exceptional resilience? I don't know. So it's super interesting. I'm trying to figure it out how everything works. It is mind-blowing, the data that it gives you. It tells you your heart rate, your sleep. I love that it shows me like how much REM sleep do I have, how much deep sleep, how long it took me to fall asleep, how many hours in total I slept. So not how many hours I was in bed, but how many hours I actually slept. And then it tells you how ready you are for the day. So I'm at an optimal point. Yeah, it's super interesting. So let's get back to crafting because that's, I think, what you're here for now. Your resilience does not surprise me. Oh, how cute are you? It surprised me. Okay, so now we have this. Let me just find my scissors and cut away all the excess here on the edges. So very simple, right? We're not doing anything super fancy. Okay. So next, I think I need to consider how high this is going to be because I want to write some words on here and I don't want to cut those words off. So in this case, I want to think about what else do I want to add on the tag here. Of course, I want to have some sort of a focal point. So for me, you can choose anything you want, obviously. I'm not going to tell you what to choose. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to choose. I want to choose, I think this lady here. This is from my Spring Mousse, my Spring Mousse ephemera. And it's from page number 3 with these square journaling cards. And I really like her because she looks so at peace with herself. And like she's really taking care of herself. That I think she's the perfect one. So in order to have her on the tag, she would kind of disappear if I would leave the tag as high as this. So I want to shorten it to about, yeah, maybe 2/3, something like that. And I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to actually tear this because I think the tearing could symbolize our rawness and, you know, the rough side of us, which is not polished yet, which is authentic. That's what I would say this represents. So I want this jaggedy edge because we're being very raw here at the moment. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you. Thank you, Enchanted Mystical Pages, Arts and Crafts. Man, that's a long name. Okay, so the next step will be to write some words here. So this is where we get into a little deeper of the reflection. Can I, because you're not gonna see, wait, I'm just gonna try to move my table up a bit more so you can be closer. Yeah, I think that's better. So that's where the freebie would come in handy if you have it. If you don't, as I said, do not worry. You can also download it later. Louise was sweet enough to put it in the chat as well. I will, again, after the live, I will put it in the description box as well for you. So I have 1.5 pages here with different emotions, feelings, limiting beliefs, and also some phrases that will help us later. But for now, we can look at some of these. Obviously, you don't need these words. These are just kind of like as a guide if you have difficulties coming up with your own words. So we can either just write down, for example, some single words like, and the ones I've highlighted here are the ones that resonate with me. So they would be something like self-doubt, overwhelm, perfectionism, loneliness, anxiety, fear. Then of course we have a lot of limiting beliefs that we could let go of, like I'm not good enough, my voice doesn't matter, I don't deserve happiness, I have to do everything perfectly, etc., etc. And there's also situations or thoughts that we deal with that could be something like toxic relationship or old wounds that have never healed. Or one I think that a lot of us struggle with is comparing ourselves to others, holding on to anger, not being able to forgive someone, overthinking. My goodness, that's a big one for me. The fear of failure. Yep. I'm in it right now. And the need of control. I'm also in that right now. So these are just some guides that could help you start off maybe the thinking process to come up with your own words, or of course you can just use these. So the idea is to write whatever it is you're dealing with at the moment down on this, and we will later be covering these up as much as you want, meaning you could completely cover them up so that nobody ever sees them again, or you could leave them partially visible, or you just leave them completely visible. So that is up to you, however you want to deal with these. So I'm going to put some of these words here. I'll just put them in pencil because I don't want them coming through like a lot. And I also don't think I have a pen here which is waterproof, so I don't want to smudge too much. So I'm just going to add some of these here, like self-doubt. And I'm not worried about writing anything very pretty or anything. It doesn't matter. And I'll just write them in any which way. Perfection. I think a lot of us deal with that. I have to do, well, that's actually pretty much the same. I have to do everything perfectly. I think that's too close to the other one, but maybe anxiety, comparing myself to others, overthinking for sure. I actually just got a t-shirt that says something like that, overthinking. It really resonated with me. What else do we have? Loneliness. How do you spell that? Loneliness. Fear of failure. Can't forget that one. And the need of control. So these are just a few of what's going on in my mind. I don't know what's going on in your mind, but yeah, so this is just kind of getting it out there, releasing it. I think it helps so much to just put things on paper sometimes. Thank you, Mary. Receive all the advice with an open, grateful heart. Failures are learning experiences. Yeah, that is so true. Overthinking, yep. You have to try or your limit. What? You have to try or you limit yourself. Yes, that's exactly true. Okay, so for me, I think this is fine. And now I'm going to partially cover this up, and I'm again going to take some white. Am I? Yeah, I'll use a little bit of white gesso. This time, maybe I will just use my paintbrush because I don't want to cover it up completely. That has glue on it. That's not good, Barbara. I'll just try to get rid of the glue. You could just paint over it with a completely opaque paint. But I kind of want it to show through because I don't want to, how do I explain this? I don't want to hide it because it's part of me, you know, and I feel like I have to deal with it. So I think for me, this is only for me personally. I think if I cover it up completely, it's like I'm literally covering it up without really dealing it as much as I should deal with it, you know what I mean? But then of course we get too much into the overthinking part. So it's a very fine line here, as you can see. And this is also where you try not to be so perfect, Barbara. Oh, this is a struggle. It's really, really a struggle. Okay, so it hasn't really covered much. That's totally fine. I'm gonna add something else on top. So let me just dry this again and check your comments in the meantime. Light Barb Nirvana, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Have a good evening. Hi Naira, sweetie. So happy you made it. Oh my goodness, it's the middle of the afternoon for you. You need a bigger tag. Yeah, I get it. But you can make another one later. Okay, this is dry. So I just want to add like a couple more layers because the layers are kind of like dealing with your crap, you know? Let's just call it crap because we don't want it. Nobody wants this, right? So by adding a few more layers, we're just going more in depth. We're dealing with it. We're trying to get away from all these negative feels with every layer that we add, although I'm not going to add that many layers. So I think next I want to add some stenciling. But before I do that, I think I need to first cut out my focal point because that's going to help me with my color choice. So as I said, I want to cut her out. So I'm going to fussy cut her. An alternative, if you're looking for a focal point, might be to use maybe a bird or a butterfly if you have any of those. Why specifically those? Because both of these, I think, have beautiful symbols that work perfectly for this kind of exercise. For example, the butterfly or also the dragonfly, of course. They symbolize transformation and rebirth and also personal growth. So that is just perfect. Or the birds, they represent freedom and hope and new beginnings and strength and love and joy. So those would also work really well if you have any of those at hand. Let me take some smaller scissors. Okay, now how well can I fussy cut and read your comments at the same time? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Josephine. That is very sweet of you. I think they go so well with what we're doing today. And you know, my mood in general for the past, actually since the beginning of the year. I haven't even mentioned why am I struggling. I basically, my issue since after Defemember was over. Oh, are you guys still here? I just lost the connection. What? Oh my goodness. I can't lose this live stream. This is insane. Okay, I hope you're still here. Yeah, so I have been overwhelmed with everything in my life. The only thing I feel like I have a grasp on is my fitness journey. And which is great, but I also have the feeling that the fitness is taking up so much space in my life. I mean, I love it so much, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But it's taking up so much space and time in my life that I'm struggling with all other areas of my life. No, I'm not going to cut down on fitness. That's a given. Because that is pretty much the only area which is really working for me, and I'm having success and all of that. But of course, I need to also have the other areas in my life working, and none of them are, I have the feeling. So that's where my emotional issues come from and my lack of being able to do as many videos as I would usually do, etc. Okay, going back to this tag. So we have this now, and it seems like it's still kind of big for this image. So either I lift her up a little bit and add something here, or I tear it down more, but then I'm going to tear away some of these words, which I don't want. So let's see if we can make her higher a little bit. This is not going to work. Let's find some scraps. So I have my scrap boxes here. I'm not gonna be able, I think, to have it really in frame a little bit. Let's find something that would work to put underneath so that she's not floating. These colors are totally not my usual colors. Ooh, this is nice. This is from, I don't know, something. Rosscamp. Some clothes made in Turkey. But the color is beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love this. Yep, let's do that. Find my fabric scissors. You guys are so cute. You always, oh, what? No. Why did this come apart? Okay, let's cut it off. You guys are just the cutest. You're so supportive. You don't know what that means to me. How fun to keep clothes tags. Because they always bug me, you know, those that are actually supposed to stay in the back, they always itch me, so I always cut them off. And look at that, it's just perfect. But I think it needs something else. Medium support. That's also funny, actually, in this context. That's also from clothes. Because, you know, we're supporting each other here. We're supporting ourselves with self-love. I don't know why it's only medium support, but that's what it is. Yeah, that raises her a little bit. Okay, anyway, but before I glue anything down, I just wanted to check the colors. So these are the colors we're going with, and I want to add some stenciling. And because this is also a kind of about self-love, why don't we take this stencil here with the hearts. So this is by Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous with the number THS017. So one of the early stencils. And now the question is, what do we do? I did prepare some sprays that would work color-wise with these colors. Oxides and mica stains. Ugh. Like so. I think these would be cute. Yeah, that's the fastest. Alternatively, if you don't have sprays, you could obviously just use your regular ink pads with one of these makeup brushes. If you don't have those or don't want to use those, you can also just use acrylic paint and use either a kind of a stippling brush like this, or like a little foamy thing, foam tool, whatever you have, what you like using for your stencils. So I'm going to use the sprays because it's quick and easy, hopefully. So let's start off with this Distress Spray Stain Victorian Velvet. This is one I don't use a lot. Oh, this is darker than I thought. Okay, we'll just go with it. And I'll just leave the stencil on, and then we'll move on to the saltwater taffy. Tomorrow, yeah, close tags are super annoying, exactly. Then let's add some of this beautiful Cocktail Party Distress Mica Stain in the hope that it's not clogged. That's always the question. And lastly, I'll add a little bit of this Fortune Teller mica stain. I'm curious if we'll even see the hearts. I'm not sure at this point. Ooh, this is really dark. Okay, let's keep that more to the bottom. Okay. I'm still here. I just grabbed a piece of paper because I want to not waste this beautiful spray. Oh yeah, they are hearts. That is very cool. Just put that to the side and then use this reverse print for some collage fodder for later. Yeah, could have been worse, not so bad. Okay, let's put that to the side. We won't be needing that. Let me dry this quickly. Check your comments. Oh, I love that, Margaret, with your bee. Love it. Louise is still looking for that dang bunny. Thank you, Ren. Thank you, Nicole. Ooh, Seven Plaza, hi, welcome. We're working on some stuff inwardly. Thank you, Maddie. I like those colors too. Ooh, Bea, Savage Patina in gold. Ooh, love it, love it, love it. What a beautiful color combination. Thank you, Holly. The dryer is a soothing noise. What's a dang bunny? I'm cracking up. Okay. So, I don't think this is completely dry. I think we need to speed this up a little bit. This might be too bold. I might need it to look a little bit softer because I don't know if our focal point will come through enough. Let's see. So, by the way, for those that came late and don't know why the format of this live is so annoying, yeah, technical failure. What can I say? YouTube doesn't let you change it once you've selected something at the beginning. Okay, so yeah, she's not coming out enough. She's disappearing into this background, so we don't want that. So what can we do? These, of course, are water soluble, so we have to be careful now. If I would just take the white gesso and brush it over, it's just going to smear everything and it's going to look horrible. So my options are either to use a fixative, but I think I would need more than one layer, and I don't have the patience for that. So let's try something else. Maybe I'll just try some picket fence on top of that. Let's just see what happens. That might turn into a disaster. Oh, wait, no, that's not a good idea because, of course, this is going to mix with all of these colors. Oh, no. So, what to do? We could... You know what? Let's do the following. Let's not hang on to the hearts. They don't really look like hearts anymore. Anyway, I mean, they kind of do, but not so much. So let's release it. We know they're hearts. They're supposed to be hearts, but let's just add some water and make them run into each other. And that way, hopefully, they will get lighter. Does that make sense? Let's add some paper towel underneath. Or do you guys have any other... Oh, tea bags. I just see Simone, tea bags. But then it gets pretty dark. Hang on. I have a plethora of tea bags. Let's see. Maybe that's a better option. Thank you, Simone. I love that. I love when you guys think with me. Let's see if we can make that work. What a brilliant idea. You guys are just the best. That, of course, I mean, I know it's going to get more translucent than what we see here now. It's very beige. But it would work. Oh, but you know what? No, I can't do it. You know why? Because when how do I attach this? It would have to be attached with something like matte gel, which would again completely smear this. So without the fixative, this is gonna just become a pink mess. Try it. Vellum. Thank you so much for giving me ideas. But vellum, I don't think is gonna cover it enough. Let's try. This is what I love about lives, is that I can actually immediately react to your suggestions instead of reading them afterwards in the comments. I mean, it helps. It actually helps quite a bit. Okay, here again, the question is, how do we adhere it? I guess the only way to do it would be with double-sided tape. Because again, you know, vellum we know is a diva. This is why I usually don't go for vellum. I can't use glue because that will make it warp. It would have to be double-sided tape. Do you guys agree? Spritz, wait, Louisa says something. We have to listen to Louisa. Spritz something brownish to a clear sticker sheet and stick it over it. Yeah, I don't have a clear sticker sheet, Louisa. That would be brilliant. I don't have one. I only have white sticker sheets. Tiny attacher. Tiny attacher. Yeah, I was going to use a staple anyway because the staple would symbolize like amending. Not amending, but like mending our wounds, you know, like either stitches or staples. But that would mean, yeah, actually, why not? It doesn't mean that it completely has to be attached on all edges, right? It could just be attached on the top. I like that idea. Let's do that. Let's not make things overcomplicated. Let's not overthink, because we know how good we are with that. Let's just do it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just bumped you. Oh, I love you guys so much. You have no idea. And this, of course, is already dirty from all the sprays because they are not 100% dry yet. But we're just going to go with it, right? Okay, so this will be attached. I don't have a tiny attacher. I do have this beautiful stapler, though, which I think is even better. And actually, the top edge, of course, should be torn as well, because we can't have a straight edge on the top and a torn one on the bottom. No, because then our perfectionist in us wouldn't be happy, right? Okay. Yay. You chose not to overthink progress. Ren, I love you, girl. I'm doing my best. Okay, let's attach this. 1, 2, 3. So we are mending our wounds by doing this. Let's get rid of this. So now we can add these layers. Do we add them behind the vellum, maybe? No, that's a big no. They're going in the front. Okay, so let's just attach these with glue. Should we distress them? They look too new, don't they? They need to be distressed. I mean, I'm not able to distress this, obviously. This is fabric. But this one, we can distress at least. What do we think? Jenny, welcome. Don't worry about being late. You can rewatch the live later. So, you can glue the vellum under the labels. You won't see it. Wait, glue the vellum under the labels. Glue the vellum under the labels? What? I'm confused. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, right? Is that what you mean? That's what I'm doing. Okay, does this need... Does this need anything? I think it needs, what does it need? Maybe some of this distress stain. Hi, Diane. Okay, what do we think? I love it. That almost looks like one of these Tim Holtz word things. You know what I mean? Like, wait, can I have one? Yeah. Almost looks like one of these. Love it. We made our own. Whoop whoop. Okay, so I'm gluing these onto the vellum, yeah? I hope there's no objections here. The vellum obviously will warp. It will warp. But I don't know how to not have it warp. Oh no, Louisa, why? Okay, I'll take it off just because you said so. Why? What do you want me to do, Louisa? See, now this is curling up. That's not good. Louisa, what do you want me to do? Tell me quickly. Wanted to test you. Oh my goodness, Louisa, are you serious? Wow. Oh my goodness. You wanted to test me. Look how dirty this vellum is now. This is horrible. And of course, it doesn't come off where it's supposed to come off. And now I'm making everything pink. Great job, Barbara. Maybe take a clean baby wipe. You're just kidding, Louisa. Yeah, thank you. But you know what you did now? Now I'm not going to listen to anything else you have to say, even though I'm sure you would have super valuable input. You ruined it. Can't trust you anymore now. And I cannot dry this with my heat gun because it's going to completely roll up if I do that. So, everybody say a big thank you to Louisa. Oh, you're just laughing. Is that how this is going to be? Oh, that's fine, she says. Trust has been broken. Yep, trust has been broken. My vellum is pink. Thank you so much. I'm going to re-glue this now, Louisa. I can't believe you did that. Okay. Let's try this again. Medium support. Okay, you're learning and having fun. Okay, then it's all good. Yep, Louisa, I will kill you later. That is so true. Look at what's happening to this vellum. Do you see this? Okay, it's actually I have to admit I like it because it looks super distressed and we don't want it to be perfect because none of us are perfect. We're trying to get rid of our perfectionism, right? So we're going to go with the imperfect things here that are just happening here. And we're just gonna go with it because that's how life is, right? It's always gonna throw us some things that we don't want to deal with or that we don't know how to deal with. And we're just gonna work with them. Okay, wow, oh my goodness, this is completely... Okay, she will go underneath here, but before we put her down, I have some butterfly wings here because I think she needs wings for her transformation. So I either have some of these printed on overhead transparency, like these, or I have these purple ones made from Louise's purple banana paper, like paper that comes in banana boxes from the supermarket. But actually, I didn't think I would like this, but maybe I do. Let's see. How are we liking the purple? I think it needs some black stamping on it, but the purple isn't bad, is it? Purple. The label is upside down. Yes, I know the label is upside down. I think that's totally fine, actually. I like it upside down. That was it on purpose? I'm not sure it was on purpose, but I'm happy to have it upside down, to be honest. Getting lots of chances to work on all those things you wrote. That is so true. Oh my goodness. Gold splatters on wings. Well, I think I'll add gold afterwards anyway, not just specifically on the wings. She needs gilding on the wings. Use also the transparency, transparent. So both of these. You want me to use both of these? Okay, let's see what that looks like. That would mean that I would not be stamping on the purple ones because I don't think we would. Ooh, I like that. I don't think we would see that. Yeah, Simone, nice call. I like it. That's exactly what we're gonna do. You guys are just the best. Not including Louise on that one. Louise, I love you. You know that. No matter what you do, you will always be my favorite junk journal sister. So, you see the transparency knocks the purple back a bit. Yeah, I think that's good because that's why I wanted to stamp on the purple, because I think that purple was just too much. But of course, this has now a similar effect by adding a second butterfly on top. Okay, these are totally in a weird position. Yeah, they need to be like this. Okay, so she has her transformational wings. And now we can we glue her down? Do we want to glue her down? Yes, let's do that. Maddie, you have a brown splatter desk. Oh, that's not the worst thing to have. So wait, I'm just reading Londa. Simone's idea is to glue the card base to the vellum under the label. What? Glue the card base to the vellum? Oh, so glue, glue this part, yeah, because this part is horrible actually now. To glue this down so it doesn't come up, or is that the idea? Yeah, a runner tape actually would be great. I don't want to just use my liquid glue. Do I want to do that? Because yeah, because this is not pretty. And it's coming off. Let's use some double-sided tape. Okay, but we're not done yet with the transformation. So just don't forget, this is about the process more than the outcome. So, you know, I don't know what you're working on. what you're struggling with. But yeah, one of the things I am working on is definitely my perfectionism. So beautiful, perfect example here. Just throw your perfectionism out the window, Barbara. It's not gonna get you far on this, but love the meaning behind this already. So let's take these off. Wow, you get to watch all the boring parts that I would usually cut out of a video. This is not sticking. Vellum is really, it's like the biggest diva. This is why I don't usually like working with vellum, although I really love the look of it. But it's just so tricky to deal with. So I knocked you again, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Did I put patience down? I think I forgot to add patience to one of as one of the words. See, it's sticking to my finger, but it's not sticking to the vellum. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? I think this is going to look like a disaster in the end, to be honest. Oh my goodness. Patience. Did I put patience down? I don't know. Okay, let's try this. Okay, it's stuck down. Excuse me. It's stuck down, so that's okay. So now we're not at the end stage yet, because now we need to add some words that will move this whole heavy tag that we have now, not physically heavy, but emotionally heavy. Where's my needle? There. Into something more uplifting and positive. So again, we can go to the words from the freebie. I want to, you know what, I'm going to put this one. In vulnerability, that's such a hard word. In vulnerability, I find my strength. Because I am currently being super vulnerable here with things going wrong left and right from the very beginning. But you guys are just the sweetest and so supportive, and you are giving me strength. So now my challenge is, how do I write this? Because if I just write this like with a regular black pen, pigment pen, I think it's going to smear. Because again, it's vellum. I cannot use my heat tool. Oh my goodness, what can I do? If I write in white, I don't think we'll see it well enough. Okay, I need a permanent black pen. Okay, I don't have one. I seriously don't have one. So I will write it in this with just my regular pen and try to not touch it until it's dry. Okay, in vulnerability, I find my strength. So where do we put this? We could write it like around her. I kind of like the idea. I could just write it like this. Obviously, like when you have these, when you download the freebie, you don't have the yellow highlighted parts that I have here. So you could just cut it out and stick it onto your tag. That's another option. I don't want it in yellow, or do I want it in yellow? I mean, it would kind of stand out in yellow, wouldn't it? That's a very strange color combination, although we have some yellow in the flowers here. Do I do, yeah, because I know if I write this with a non-permanent pen, that's like the last straw of really messing this tag up completely. So let's just cut it out and have it in yellow. Perseverance. Emboss. Embossing. Yeah, but embossing means I would have to stamp it. And for me to to stamp all of this is going to take like an hour. I'm not doing that to you or to me. But yeah, if you have something shorter, like if you were just to add a word, embossing would be beautiful on vellum. Absolutely. But of course, I have to choose such a long phrase that makes no sense. So, in vulnerability, I find my strength. Do we just put it up here? Do we cut it apart? Actually, I like it just up here. Let's just do that. Let's ink up the edges. Write it around her. Yeah, I would have also liked that, but again, I would have smudged it. So, not ideal on the vellum for me, I'm afraid. If I could let it dry overnight, I might consider that, because I would have preferred to do that. Embossing on vellum curls it up. Yeah, that is also true. So you need kind of like a bigger piece. But this is now glued down, so I think it would be okay. Write it with a dotting tool. Louisa? I don't think that would be very visible. How would I see what I'm writing with a dotting tool? And it would take forever to write this. Even just the word vulnerability would take forever. I just want to do this quickly, to be honest. The yellow really pops. Yes, Robin. Hi, Robin, by the way. I haven't said hi to you yet. Yeah, actually, I like the yellow because it does pop. And of course, the yellow is a happy, positive color. And we want to concentrate on the positive, moving from the negative to the positive. Okay, we did it. We did it. So we moved from the heavy negative feelings, which we let out through writing them down. We covered them up, we dealt with them, we processed them a little bit, and we lightened them also with our color choices. The flowers, of course, also the blooming is like a rebirth. There's so much symbolism in here. The butterfly wings, as we said, a sign of transformation, rebirth, personal growth. And then finally we have the sentiment on top. We have our raw edge on the top, which I think can also represent the vulnerability and letting go of perfection. So this is so full of symbols. And again, as I said, you give it the symbols that speak to you. So yeah, this is a very simple way to deal with some feelings. And I wanted to do we have time for another, for like a very simple spread? Oh, the gold. Yes, Claudia. Oh my goodness, how could I forget the gold? Who am I? Thank you, Claudia. Oh, wow, the gold. Yeah, the gold. How could I forget? Because the gold, of course, also is a very positive thing. I even excuse me. I even have some chocolate gold foil here because I wanted to add some of that, but I don't think that's gonna happen now, because that would also take too much away from our yellow sentiment. It's too similar. But gold splatters, hello. Oh my goodness. This is watercolor that I have in here. It is my favorite watercolor. A lot of you know this. It's the Van Gogh Deep Gold, which comes in a tube. And I love using watercolor because I can just always add water and reuse it. If I were to do this with acrylic paint, which of course is also possible. Obviously, once it dries, it's dry. You cannot revive it again. So I love using this in particular. So let's cover up her face. And of course, I'm not going to be able to dry this because we have the vellum and transparency here that would melt. So we'll have to let this air dry. I added too much water. So this way you can see what it looks like. So this is the Van Gogh 803 Deep Gold. I buy this locally. I'm guessing you can also get this on Amazon. This is for me the most beautiful gold. I'll just squeeze it a little bit because it's a bit, I don't know what it has inside, but usually it has this clear liquid. It can't be oil because it's watercolor, but it's something. And it's kind of weird. And yet I love this. Maybe because I'm weird. Okay, this is much thicker now. Yeah, this is more what I want. Yeah, our rhino, yep, all of it. You're so right. All of these have gold in them. Yep. I never even noticed that. Yeah, that's much better. There we go. Okay. So, there it is. That's the final piece. Not what I had envisioned, but all the better for some surprises. And yeah, I mean, it makes me feel better, to be honest. So are you guys up for another quick like spread? I would do that in my planner with my digital, but oh no, I just put gold paint on my planner cover. Oh well, worse things can happen. First of all, do you guys want to see more? I mean, this has been going on for 88 minutes. Are you still interested in seeing something else or not so much? Yes, yes, yes. I'm surprised. Okay, let's do this. Let's put this somewhere where I won't completely destroy it. Okay, so I will have to move the desk down a bit because otherwise you won't see the spread. So I'm going to take my planner on which I just added some gold. I mean, it's not the worst thing. So can you see this more or less? I think, yeah, this is the best I can do. And you can, oh my gosh, look at my fingers. This is horrible. Yes, Simone, finish your tag. Oh no, Robin, you hurt your back. I also hurt my back, actually. I feel you. Carol, hi Carol, that's fine, you can watch the replay. Okay, so for part 2, I will be using one of my digitals, but you can do something similar with either another digital or something completely different. Yeah, this is just what I'm going to do. So I chose one of my papers from the Spring Muse kit. And again, thank you so much to all of you who have already purchased this kit. I must say it's definitely one of my favorites. It's yeah, it has the spring vibes, obviously. Almost all the pages have the birds in them, so it's very symbolic for me. That's why I wanted to have the birds, the flowers, again, rebirth, blooming, beauty, all of that. It also has some butterflies and all of that. So this kit is extremely symbolic for me, and all of these women in it, they look very very much in thought, and she kind of looks depressed actually, but she could just be sleeping, right? She's not necessarily depressed. You can have her be whatever you want her to be. And she doesn't look depressed. She actually looks very at peace. So I took one of these pages and already cut it down to size. So this was another one of these pages. And thank you, Ren. Yeah, I'm working on my back, feeling better. I'm standing, so that's good. That helps, not sitting for hours. So I already cut this down to fit on my spread like this. Am I going to ink it up? I'm actually not even going to bother because it's nice and dark print, so I'm not worried about distressing the edges. So let's just quickly glue this down. And I know you're not going to be able to craft along on this one because obviously you don't have the same materials prepped, but this is something you could maybe do on your own later. But I wanted to share this as well because it has similar meaning, and it's just another way you can reflect and get your feelings out in maybe a little more of a visible way without covering things up, although you could cover them up as well. This is a very quick way of doing it. So if you want to work some things out but you don't have that much time, this is something you could do. So we have this girl and she looks very pensive, right? So she's thinking, she's probably overthinking some things. And I wanted to write some words around her, this time using a white pen. I could obviously also use a black pen, but I like the contrast of the white here. And I'm again going to refer to the words of the freebie. Again, if you were not here, Louisa has linked it in the chat further up. And I will also be linking it in the description box of this live later on. And also for those who came later and missed the whole disaster of this live, first of all, I'm so happy that you found me, even though it's not the scheduled live. And I apologize again for the format. That is YouTube's fault and not mine. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so let's take something from the limiting beliefs. For example, that I'm not good enough. And I have to do everything perfectly. I think those two really resonate with me. Wow, Paginator, Bobby, you just posted your creation on Instagram. My goodness, you're so quick. I hope you tagged me so that I can see it later. So I'm just gonna write it basically along, maybe, how do we do this? Let's write it along here. So you can do that with any image. You don't have to use this particular image. You could just do a background like we did with the tag, for example. Just use some paper scraps, glue them down, find your focal point, and then write around the focal point. It does not have to be a digital, okay? I just want to make it quick and easy, and this is the kit that I'm working with for this month in my planner. So that's why I have this. So what did I say I want to have? I'm not good enough. I'm gonna pick more. I'm gonna write all along her because I have plenty of things to work out. I'm not good enough. I have to do everything perfectly. This live is such a good lesson for that. With the catastrophic way it started, this is perfect. I have to do... Oh, I shouldn't say that it's perfect because I don't want everything to be perfect. Oh my goodness, this is so complicated. I have to do... being... But you know, I think it's great that even though we're dealing with difficult subjects, we can still laugh about it and laugh at ourselves. I think that is so important. Then holding on to anger. Yes, give it to me. Holding. I love the white pen on this, by the way. On to anger. Is there a short, maybe another short word? That's to overwhelm. You can never have enough overwhelm. Okay. Ooh, I really like how that looks, by the way. I could add more on the back of her to completely outline her. But I'm actually happy with just having this like here now. What do you think? You could also have these things like radiating from her. You know what I mean? You could also have them on her beautiful dress here. There's so many options. Or just here, like it's in her brain. That would also be fun. Tamara, you're so sweet. It wasn't a disaster. It was a working process. I'm just so happy you guys found me again. Oh, Biker Cherry Girl. You purchased a kit. Absolutely love this kit. Aww. Daughter-in-law's journal. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Perfectly imperfect. Yes. Thank you. Okay, so that's the one side. So that's basically our heavy side, right? Because she's looking kind of, I mean, she does have kind of a sad expression, right? She's thinking things over and over and over. She's totally overthinking everything. So she's obviously a reflection of me. And this is the darker side. And now we'll move on to the other side of this spread, which I want to make more into the healing, right? So we're moving from left to right. We're going to switch things up and make them a little bit lighter. So how do we do that? I did something that I know, again, you're not able to do right now with me, but again, this is something you can do maybe later if you want, either with this kit digital or with any other kit you have. So I printed these journaling cards, or whatever you want to call them, postcards, on transparency paper. This is from my Spring Muse ephemera kit number 2. Let me show you what my transparency packaging looks like. So I get this from Amazon. It's from Avery, and it's just overhead transparencies. They are made for inkjet. That is something to pay attention to. And when you get these, it will tell you which side you can print on, because you usually cannot print on both sides. So pay attention to which side to print on, because if you print on the wrong side, the ink is never ever going to dry. Not in 100 years. Well, maybe in 100 years, but yeah. So I've done that, and of course it takes longer for these to dry than regular paper. So I think at least like 20 minutes you have to leave these to dry. So I'm going to cut this one out. This one here is the one I want to use. Again, she has the bird as the symbol. And again, the bird represents freedom and hope and new beginnings and strength, love, joy, all of these wonderful, wonderful emotions. So let's cut her out. And the reason why did I print this on transparency is because the transparency can symbolize lightness and maybe also openness, and maybe also, because it's transparent, vulnerability. So again, you give it the meanings that you want to give it, but these would be my meanings behind it and the reason why I wanted to use a transparency. Also maybe because we're leaving our difficult feelings here transparent this time. We're not covering them up. So I think, again, that works really well together. Now I had a piece, oh yeah, there it is. I already have a piece of white cardstock cut out the same size as this print. And so now what I'm going to do is I also want to again keep the element of mending ourselves through dealing with our difficult emotions. So this time, instead of stapling, I actually want to hand stitch. And I also want to, do we want to hand stitch maybe a tag topper? Or don't we want, no, actually, I don't think I'll have a tag topper. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. But let's stitch this together. And so to make it easier, let's punch some holes on the top first so that we don't have to do that with the needle. And we'll just do some very easy running stitch, nothing fancy. Trying not to be too perfect with these holes because, you know, perfectionism. Okay, and I already prepared a needle with some red thread because I think red is obviously going to work beautifully here. And then I'm just going to go back and forth into these holes. Oh, I was gonna, no, wait a second, I forgot something. Because I actually do want this to look like a tag. So I want these to have some cut off corners. Let's try 5 millimeters. Nope. 10 millimeters. Nope. Let's try 15. Yep, that's it. Yeah, okay, so now I have 2 holes that are super close to the edges here, and they're going to tear if I, yeah. Okay, we're just gonna ignore those. And those are perfect because we don't want perfection, right? Oh no, they're perfect. There we go. We have the perfection again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so while I stitch, I'm gonna try to read your comments. Oh, Anita, you finished your tag and you feel better. How amazing is that? Yeah, printing on vellum, that is tricky. I have tried it. My printer, and I have a pretty good printer. It's an Epson. It's like a huge Epson printer. What is it? What is the number? Hang on. Oh yeah, I remember now. ET5850. So it's a really big professional one, and even that has issues pulling, like not getting a paper jam printing on vellum. So yes, I know you can attach the vellum to a regular piece of copy paper, but even then you could get the paper jam and it can get pretty ugly. So I refrain from printing on vellum. But these transparencies are made for inkjet printers. I've never ever had an issue printing with these because these transparencies are they're like heavy duty, you know, they're not gonna get stuck in your printer like the vellum, because the vellum is so lightweight and it can so easily just get stuck somewhere. Okay, almost there. Last stitch. So now we just have to make a knot. Easier said than done. Let's help ourselves with the needle. Whoops. Nope, that didn't go down far enough. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this. I'm so bad at this, at tying knots in the right place. I mean, the needle definitely helps, but... Oh, sorry, I just bumped you again. Just look at this. Just look at this. They're not where they're supposed to be. Okay, you guys are still on the printer discussion. Okay, Ren, thank you. I'm not alone with the knot tying struggles. I like that. Keeping it real here. Okay, I think I kind of got it. And actually, like, of course, I could have had the knots on the bottom, but I like seeing the knots. I like seeing how this is put together. So I like having those there. Okay, so now we have this. And coming back to, what I wanted to say is you could, I don't want to do this now because not everybody has this, but what I think would look really cool is before you stitch this onto your white cardstock, and I hope it's obvious why I used white, because of course the image will come out best on a light background. But what could have looked really cool is if I would have first put this through my embossing machine with an embossing folder. I think that could have been really interesting. Or if you have a working sewing machine, maybe just stitch randomly here first. My sewing machine currently is not working. I kind of ruined it. I hope I'll be able to fix it, but it's not working at the moment, so that's why I'm not doing that. You could also add some, I would do it with a lighter color, some stamping, just to get a little more interest on the background that would peek through the transparency, which we could still do. I mean, the stamping would be quite easy to do. Why don't we do that? Come on. Stop talking and just do it, Barbara. I even already prepared a stamp. So this is Tim Holtz, Stampers Anonymous, a beautiful wooden stamp. I bought this secondhand at a craft fair once, and this has the number P21673. Maybe you can find it somewhere. I don't think it would be available new, but maybe you can get it secondhand somewhere. This, of course, also is available as a either rubber or silicone. I think I've seen it as a silicone stamp. If one of you knows, in the comments, maybe you can add that. So let's add some stamping. Do I use black ink or brown ink? No, I think black should be fine. Tape it down. What should I tape down? Wait, I missed something. Easier to tie the easier to tie the knot with the needle still attached to the. Yeah, you know, Love and Light. Usually I do that. I don't know why I took it out. That's what happens when you're on a live. Usually I would never take it out. I don't know why I did that. Does she get some positive words? Yes, she will. She will get some positive words. Of course, we need positivity here. Yes. I'm just doing the back tag for a second, and then we will add some positive words. Although, again, I'm not sure yet how to add those because working on a transparency, again, is super tricky. Should I have done this before I attached it? Totally! I totally should. But here we are. So I will stamp this twice. And yes, I could also emboss this. But again, that would have made much more sense. Ooh. Oh no. Look, it's right. It's going right like through her face. So maybe a lighter color would have been better, but it's not so bad. It's okay, Barbara. And we'll put another row here. I really would have loved some machine stitching on the back tag. Actually, I like that the butterfly is going through her face. Do you see that? That does kind of look cool. I love how we see them here and here. Yeah, I think that was a good decision. What do you guys think? Okay, Louisa, what are you saying? The rubber version is from the Papillon set. Okay. Been waiting for the oh no Margaret. Yeah, I guess this would be my oh no for today, the butterfly stamping. But actually I like it. I must say it's very unconventional, but I like it. I like that we can see the butterfly wings here on the dress. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. I really like them here and here on the side. Definitely more interesting than just the plain white. Okay, so moving back into the planner or journal or whatever, I want to add a belly band to stick that into. Oh, wait, we said we want to add a word, right? So I don't know what's gonna happen if I use this. I don't know how fast this is going to dry. I have the same problem as with the vellum. Sorry, I'm just trying to read your comments. Okay. Of course, again, we could just glue something on. Yep, that's always an option. Should we just be super brave and write it with our white gel pen? Because I think that would look really nice. Let's go for it. I might not be able to stick it into the belly band later because it won't be dry, but I want to see what that looks like. So what will I write on here? Oh, this one speaks to me. I'm allowed to heal at my own pace. Or growth happens in silence too. That's also really nice, both of those. No, let's use I'm allowed to heal at my own pace. So since we wrote it around her here, I want to do something different here because I don't want them to be too similar. So this time I will just write it like this. I'm just bumping you again. So. Oh, you can't see that super well. Oh no, it'll be okay. already messed up. Okay, it's quite visible. It's okay. Could have been worse. Okay. So before I make the belly band, I want to do something that connects both of these pages that will kind of create like a flow going from the, I don't want to say negative thoughts, let's say the heavy thoughts, and then transitioning over to the positive. And I think I will do that again with the gold. I think what would be really cool if I had some, like, not this kind of chocolate gold foil, but you know these gold flakes that you can get sometimes. I might actually have them somewhere, but they're such a mess to deal with. And then just have them like down here, and kind of have like a flow down here. Of course, I could do it with this chocolate thing, but no, that's too much work. I'm being a lazy ass here. So we'll just do it with the gold splattering. Or we could maybe do some stenciling. No. You know what? This is all of this is too much. So I'm just gonna start off. Can you see this? Start off with light splattering here. And then the farther we go over to this page, let's make it more, because this is the transformation, the sparks we're getting, the healing, kind of like the sunlight kind of helps everything, doesn't it? Like when it's a sunny day outside, it makes everything better, doesn't it? Okay. So let me dry that. Thank you, Risa. Biker Cherry Girl, the Ko-fi page is where, it's a website where I have all of my freebies. Yeah, Louisa, thank you so much. She just linked it again. So if you go on the link that Louisa just sent, you can find all of my freebies, including the one I just shared now with all of these words and affirmations. Yeah, Ren, touching grass is also great. Shelly, yes, valid point as well. Okay, these are not completely dry, but in the meantime, we'll make the belly band until these dry completely. But can you see that? So we started off with a little here, and then it just gets more and more and more on this side. And I chose this fabric because I think this one goes well with the colors we have here. This one is a Tim Holtz fabric, and it's called From Camden. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to cut a strip here for my belly band. Try not to smear my gold splatters here. Like, what is this? 1.5 inches, 2 inches maybe. I like when my belly bands stick out from my journal pages, so I'm cutting it a bit longer. Usually I would take this to my sewing machine and do some stitching on the top and the bottom to make it look like it was actually stitched on. But yeah, again, I cannot do that. So we won't do that. So we'll just glue it on, simple as that. Should I be gluing over the wet paint? Probably not. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm covering the bird. Yes, I know. I'm sorry, Julie. Has to be done. I could have also, oh, wait. Okay, Julie, I got you. Oh no, I'm just tearing this up. It's okay. We're not worried about perfection here. Why don't we just do it this way? That way the bird can sit on the belly band. Would that be better? Let's do it. Julie, I got you. Not covering up the bird. The bird is our symbol, right? How could I cover that up? Oh my goodness. Thanks, Julie. Saved it just in time. Okay, super simple belly band. Now I could, if I wanted to, because I also have some belly bands here in the kit, and actually they are horizontal, look at that. But do I want any of these? I think that's too much bird, and I don't want more red, that's too much red. I think I'll just leave it like this. It's very simple. Is this dry? Oh, I think this might be dry. So what we could also do is on the back, I won't do this now, but this is something you could do later. You could maybe write yourself a note for your future self. If you put this like in a planner or a, oh great, I just broke the needle that goes into my glue. That has never happened. Wow. The things that happen in a life. Okay. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, what I want to say is what you could write is like a future note to yourself, something positive. It could just be an affirmation. It could be just encouraging yourself that you're stronger than you think and you got this, and you've probably been through a lot more than you're going through right now, so you can also handle this. Something along those lines. You could do that later. I'm going to do that later. So she can go in here, and of course we also have this one. Could also go in here. It's a bit much, but yeah, I can split them up later. So very simple ideas, but I think they do have a healing effect. Whew. So let me switch you back to face to camera, hopefully without losing you. Fingers crossed. Ugh. Trying to be gentle. Yay! We're back. Okay. Woof! You're still here. What a success. Okay. So now I can read your comments better as well. Here we are. 125 minutes. Oh my goodness, that's like what, 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. So I hope this has given you some ideas of how to deal with whatever you're dealing with, because there's so many issues we probably are dealing with at the same time multiple issues, right? And these are just fun, creative ways, I think uplifting ways that will make us feel better in the end. And even if we don't use any of these words or these affirmations, I think just going through the process in your mind of feeling heavy first, and then maybe even just working with colors. You start off with like muted, darker colors, and then you build layers, moving to lighter colors. And I think that alone can already transform your mood and your whole feeling of feeling lighter. And then maybe you work with more transparent layers on top, which will be even lighter and lighter. And I do think that has such an effect on us, even if it's maybe unconscious at first. But yeah, Jen, don't worry. You can watch the replay. Not to worry at all. Thank you so much. I hope this was enjoyable for you, even though we had some disasters at the beginning. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, and hope that we can all find ways to deal with whatever we're struggling with. Like talking. I'm struggling with talking all the time. It's so funny. My BFF and I, we both actually earn our money kind of with talking, right? So I mean, me talking to the camera. She is a professional trainer for companies. And on the weekends, like we spend almost every weekend together, neither of us can talk. It's just crazy. It's like we have an off switch for the weekend, and the things we say, it's sometimes like when there's a mom with her 2-year-old toddler, and only the mom can understand her own toddler because, you know, it's a lot of gibberish, but mom can understand. That's like the relationship we have on the weekend. Only we can understand each other because half of what we say just makes no sense, comes out completely gibberish, but we get it. We get each other. And I think that's you know, you have a BFF when you have something working like that. Anyway, I wish you all a beautiful weekend. I hope to see you in the next video next Friday, starting the gratitude journal. Would love to see you there. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. That's it today. Love you guys. Bye.